An hour? Why? Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna eat out. I'm not gonna eat out. No.
Hey, everybody. Hello. This is Kale with Queen City Comedy. And yes, 3 years into using Zoom, some of our players don't know when they're on mute and when they're not. It's the beauty of improv. It's all made up and live improv that's recorded and here for you. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Smells Like Ghosts, global improv super team that meets each week, each month, and does Monster of the Week, a paranormal soap opera. Every month, this group will get together and it has an ongoing, continuous narrative. So when you come back, you'll drop back in on the lives of the people of Undisclosed and see what they're up to. These improvisers have now been playing the same characters for, I want to say, 2 years. Um, yeah, and it just keeps on getting richer and richer. So you can help out and contribute if you would, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. In the chat, give us a suggestion. What we need is, what's an irrational fear that you had as a child? An irrational fear that you had as a child. Drop that in there, and we will use it, not we meaning me, but we meaning these fantastic players. Let's meet all of our players. Come on out and say hello. There they are. Look at them. There's one, and there's one, and there's another. Look at them. I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, tell us where they're zooming in from, and maybe tell us a little bit about your character or characters in Monster of the Week. We're going to start with our good friend Javi.
Hey everybody, I'm Javier. I am zooming in from Manila, Philippines. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I zoomed in from Denver. I play a monster hunter named Fakun, and I play a mysterious guy named D'Anthony Mela. That's it.
All right. Thank you. And Kat.
Hey, calling in from Charlotte, North Carolina-ish area. I play Tracy Hemlock, who is a town psychic and really bad at her job, and Faye DuPont, who is a French exchange student who just hates everybody.
Okay. And now we'll switch over to Scarlett.
Hello, y'all. I'm Scarlett, and I am zooming in from Austin, Texas. And in the show, I play Juniper, and Juniper is a modern day witch and apothecarian.
Oh, apothecarian. Presbyterian myself. Switching it over to Larry.
All
Bill.
righty. My name is Rusty Bill. I'm coming to you from Grandview, Missouri, and my character's name is Larry Atkins. He's a town constable. He's also the animal control officer. He also leads a band of alien raccoons that have a jazz band. And well, he's just a lovable little guy.
All right. And last but certainly not least, coming to you from the far-flung future.
Hello, I'm Emily Watson, and I'm calling in from Victoria, Australia. And I am eating here in tonight because I clearly had my mic on while I was talking, and I'm sorry about that. It was me. And I play Miss Champagne and the ghost character called Francis, who died a while ago. Now he floats around, and we're exploring his character some more. So they're both funny characters.
Oh, great. Can't wait to see. I wasn't going to out you. I wasn't going to say who was the one that was talking. I am looking now to see what suggestions we have in both YouTube and Facebook. Okay, this is one we have not had before, but this one comes from let's see, Ramah. that I would get stuck in a black and white photo. Stuck in a black and white photo is our suggestion that will fuel our improv. All right, so now without further ado, we bring you Monster of the Week.
Yes, it's time once again for Queen City Comedy's improv team Smells Like Ghosts, starring in the paranormal soap opera mystery theater thing show. I'm your host, insert host name.
It's Kale.
Join us now in the episode we call insert episode name here.
Stuck in a black and white
here's
photo.
what happened in our previous episode.
Last week, we heard Miss Champagne exclaim,
Oh, that was my big toe.
and we heard Larry ask,
Why in heck do I always have to get up in the middle of the night just to shut my front door?
all this and nothing more on the next Monster of the Week.
Well, if it ain't just hotter than a snow globe in Sunday church, like that's what I keep saying.
The weather right now is crazy, Tracy. It's seriously so hot. I don't know. My manicure melted off yesterday.
It is, but I actually was talking about you and your personality and just how hot it is, like in a good way, not a bad way.
Oh, right. I forgot we were reading my tea leaves. I don't know how you do it, Tracy. I don't know how you do it. But I was thinking the other day, do you think that my hotness is coming across too hot?
Oh, girl, being too hot is about as brass as being too cold on a church street with the snow globe.
I love all your snow globe references. It makes me always think about like Hallmark movies and how happy I always get and how much I cry because they always talk about snow globes.
Yeah, it's like I got Christmas on the mind or something. I'm a few months off here.
Now, talking about snow globes, was that your snow globe that I passed on the street yesterday? Because I thought about picking it up and then the raccoon came and grabbed it.
Oh, those goddamn raccoons running off with my snow globes. Worse than a fox in a hen house.
I mean, do you want me to get it back for you? I have ties. I know some of them.
I mean, those sneaky fellas. I mean, you'd be even hotter if you got it back.
Meanwhile, in Larry Atkins's Porsche. Larry.
Yeah, I understand. I understand everybody's upset at my little raccoon friends,
Yes.
but you got to understand they love snow globes. Why? Because the planet they come from. Huh?
I just want mine back. Then you can tell me about their planet. I just want it back.
Here.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. You were saying about their planet.
Well, their planet looks like that. So it reminds them of home. You can't blame them for wanting to take it.
Oh, it makes sense. That's why they're taking all the snow globes. They're all homesick.
Yeah.
Okay. My empathetic side is coming out, and I feel like I want to help your raccoons.
Oh, you're such a nice guy. You know it?
Oh, thank you. You seem nice as well, Harry. I suppose I don't visit you often enough at your actual home.
Well, I mean, I'm okay. Sometimes I
You're
get a little
okay?
mean streak in me, but
Yeah. You're not very mean right now.
No, I'm in a good mood. You know why?
Why is that? Snow globe?
Well, the snow globe part of it, but yeah, I love photography. I have been in love with photography ever since I was a child. And I found my old camera.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I've seen your camera, and it's one of those old 1940s with the flash and the smoke that comes out of it right after.
Yeah, so that's why I called you to come over here because I was wondering maybe I could get some action shots of you with the, uh, your yeah,
Meanwhile,
yeah, that's good.
behind
That's
that behind that shed, behind the cafe.
You know, if I give you this, you can't tell anybody.
Juniper, you know how that like triggers something in my brain, and I have a real hard time not telling anybody when people specifically tell me not to tell people
Not to tell
stuff.
you things. I not to tell them things. I understand, but this is critical. You really absolutely cannot tell anybody that I'm giving you your tea.
Okay. Okay.
Can't tell anybody at all.
What happens if I tell? Thank you. What happens?
Well, then everybody will know.
Oh God, there's too much pressure here.
Everybody will know.
This is too much pressure on me, Juniper. I cannot handle the pressure right now.
You wanted that tea.
Oh, no.
This is just the condition.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's so good too. It smells good.
I know, right?
I just want to tell everybody how good your tea is. I can't tell the cafe how crappy their tea is. I would get in a lot of trouble, you know what I mean?
Well, I brought enough so that you could serve it in your cafe. You just can't tell anybody.
Okay,
No,
okay.
that is fine.
I won't talk about it at all. I'll just pour it. That's how I'll get through this. I'll just pour it. I'll pour it out.
And when somebody's like, "Oh, this tea is so good. Where'd you get it from?"
I will give no credit to no one. I will run away.
Meanwhile, on Francis's porch, somebody took a picture of me with the flash on, and it's like all the color has drained out of my life.
Yes, Faye, you look terrible.
Have you seen yourself, Francis? I come here to feel better by looking at you.
Oh, I should probably be insulted by that, but I'm actually intrigued how did you, so are you in the photo? Are you flat now? You look a bit flat.
Just, I don't know. I was
Can
just
I
walking
touch
down the
you?
street. There was a photo taken, and all of a sudden it was like the color was drained from my world. You know, like the silly Wizard of Oz movie, and like the first part of it before it goes color, or was that another movie? I don't remember.
I think that's called Yellow Brick Road.
Hmm.
Yes. I think I might have been in that movie a long time ago. I was one of the monkeys that flew around. No one ever gave me credit for it, but I think I did a nice job.
I mean, I feel like you're using those skills now in life too. It suits you.
But thank you, Faye. That's a nice compliment. Thank you. Nobody ever appreciates my monkey flying abilities. But now I can't. Go ahead.
I appreciate all of the weird abilities of just popping up out of nowhere and just always being available for a chit chat when I feel like hating on the town, and just the support of that.
Thank you. Although I am annoyed that you always come to my porch. I don't know why you're here actually. But I come out to enjoy my porch, and then everybody out here talking to the railing or talking to the house or wanting to talk to me. I'm tired.
Hey, you lose a lot of privileges as a ghost.
I suppose you're right.
Hmm.
Now, do you want me? I've made a frame. I've been thinking about this, and you look lovely now in this lighting, all monochromatic. Should I frame you? I have a beautiful frame that I made when I was just a wee lad. I made it out of wood and coral.
Don't go in the frame. Don't go in the frame.
Oh. Oh, God. Did
Oh,
you
it's
hear something?
Meanwhile, on Miss Champagne's wall. Larry, we can't get down from the wall. Ooh. Ooh. It's useless.
I think you're just wasting your time. I think you're just going to have to deal with the fact. And this is hard for you, I know, because you're such a physical guy. You always want to get in there and start with the fist and the kicking and the hurting. And I
We're in
understand that.
frames, Larry. We're in frames.
I
And we're
understand.
stuck on the wall.
For once in your life, Fakun, will you just settle down and use your noggin instead of your fists?
It's a good thing that that Miss Champagne hung you on the opposite wall so I can actually see you.
Yeah. Well, I guess I get tired of looking at your ugly mug too. I know what you're saying. You don't trick me. But
Glad
listen, we want to get out of here, right?
we do.
So we got to think clearly. How do you get out of a picture?
I've never been a picture before, Larry.
You've never been a picture before? Well, my ma and pa used to put me in pictures all the time.
Please do pray tell, Larry. Was it one of those wooden cutouts with a circle and you stick your face in it and then you pose?
Yeah, they had the cloth they put over their heads, and then they had that flash thing that would go off.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly like what you did to us.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that setting was on the camera.
It's too late to ruminate. Oh my
Guys,
God.
shut up!
Wait,
It's 2 a.m.
of course it's 2 a.m. That's it's for you. You try being in a picture in black and white. See if you like it.
Well, I hung you on the wall in my house. I thought that was better than, leaving you on your floor.
Meanwhile, at the cafe. This is delicious. Juniper, like, I know Miss Champagne was not supposed to be telling secrets, but she is just so bad at keeping them once you say don't tell anybody. And it's just all over the place. So whatever you did to make this tea, it is literally the most delicious tea I've had all year.
Is that the only thing she told you about it? Was that I made it? That's it.
Oh, and not to tell anybody.
Great. As long as you got the writer not to tell anybody, we should. I'm glad that she's only told you, but she shouldn't be telling anybody. I don't want fame. I don't want fame for this. I just want to provide good tea.
Oh, but in this town, it's so small. Once somebody knows that you did something good, you become famous. It's how it works.
Yeah, but I can't supply every home with this tea. That's why it's decided to centralize at the cafe.
Okay, now this is going to turn into a huge problem. I just
Yeah,
hope you know that.
you already want to take some home.
Of course.
I know Fakun's gonna want some to meditate with. Larry's gonna want some. Everybody, like, if Francis doesn't request them, I'll expect that. I'll expect that.
Well, just remember, just say something bitchy to Faye and she'll just like act like she's too good for it.
That's a that's a that's a good that's a good strategy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ladies, ladies, I always wonder why you two gossip in here in the cafe when you could be gossiping outside in the sunlight.
There's
Now,
haven't you ever heard of skin damage?
I
It-
never knew how intimidating it would be to stand in front of two women until now.
Well, what can we say? We are two of the three most delightful women in town.
Should absolutely be intimidated.
Yes, that's right. You know, I thought that I was making myself seen, but I guess I was not. But now I am. But that's just how shy you make me. You know, you make me feel shy.
Well, I mean, you're talking about standing in front of us when you're not actually standing in front of us.
It was really more about lurking behind us while talking, so we couldn't see you. You need to work on that.
Meanwhile, at the Cliffs of Despair. So I think there's something in the tea, but you know, I've only told Tracy and I think I told Larry the other day because he called me, you know, and I had to tell him, I had to tell somebody, and I feel like, you know, should I take credit for it and then just lie? But man, Cliffs, you know, I can't lie.
Oh, you are the worst liar that I have ever met out here.
I'm bad at telling the truth too. I'm like never sure about anything.
Well, that's one of the reasons you're so wonderful to spend time with.
Oh, thanks, Cliffs. You guys really understand me. And you know what's even weirder is that I think there's something in the tea. I can't really
Oh,
put my
I'm sure you told me Juniper made it, so I'm
taste
solidly
good.
no, I'm sure it did. And if Tracy likes it, there's definitely something in it. She's got a few habits that nobody in town knows about.
I mean, um I've been sleeping all right, except you know, there's that weird thing going on where a few people are now in like picture frames. They're
Hmm.
like in these photos, and I took Larry and I took Fakoon and I put them on my wall. They looked lonely because I went to Larry's house and they were like laying on his floor.
Miss
And then,
Champagne, I have a serious question for you.
okay,
How does it feel to always be taking care of all of these people in town
right?
and not have anybody to take care of you?
It feels awful, Cliff. Thanks for reminding me how alone I am in this world. That feels terrible. Ugh.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I never realized how alone it can feel when you're limited to a 4x4 frame.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that Miss Champagne owns a triangular corner of the house so we can see Faye as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I have not had as much fun as I ever have before today.
Larry, I feel like that is a very low bar to have set.
Well, you know, over the past 1,000, 1,100 years ago, or 1,100 years over the past 1,100 years and stuff, I've been in some pretty tight places. But I'll tell you what, this stupid picture is starting to wear on my nerves, and I'm liable to get upset.
Are we talking tight places like the back of a Volkswagen?
In the 60s, sure. I had me a Beetle. But anyway, you don't want to hear about that.
In fact, I do. I want to hear about it, Larry.
Well, it's much more exciting about the Corsairs and their ship that they had, because they had the really narrow ships and they had little compartments in there, and you had to kind of stand up to sleep. It is almost as bad as this.
Oh, you sound like you've shared a very rich, colorful life with you and your parents.
You could say it. You could put it that way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be wrong, but you could. Hey,
Oh,
Miss Champagne.
Oh, hi, master.
It's 1:30 in the morning again.
Hey, we were.
I have asked you to please leave on the home network so we can watch the like renovation shows. Did you
I-
got turned off?
I forgot. I'm sorry. It must have been Francis. Gosh, you guys are like, you're worse than Francis.
Well, I'm a little bit thirsty. I'm hungry and tired of being in here.
Meanwhile, walking through the graveyard of Francis. Hey, Francis.
Yes.
I thought I'd catch up to you here in the graveyard. I found this really old camera. Can you tell me anything about it? It's seems about not quite as old as you.
Juniper, I'm very wary about you, and I'm not sure if I even like talking to you.
Why would you not like talking to me, Francis? What have I ever done to you?
I think I know something about you, Juniper, and I think you're trying to butter me up.
Well, of course you know stuff about me, Francis. We've hung out plenty, and you've been over to my house, and I asked you all sorts of questions about town because I'm still new here. Do you suspect me of something, Francis?
I will keep my cards very tight to my chest, but yes, I do.
Are you accusing me of something, Francis?
I'm not accusing you of anything except foul play.
I do like birds, but
Now,
that's
that camera, I've seen that before.
this one.
Yes,
Where?
I remember my great Mabel. She was my second aunt, twice removed, 3 times removed. Or it might have been my father's great uncle. He often would come for the summer, you see. He'd come down from Albuquerque. And we would spend a year playing in the lake there. Oh no, it could have been my great grandfather on my Aunt Mabel's side.
Click.
Anyway,
I gotcha.
no, you can't take photos of me. No,
I did.
don't, Juniper. You are a witch.
camera. The camera. The camera.
How many times have I told you not to lurk behind? Come in front of people when you talk to them.
I went to an all boys high school. I don't really know how to talk to girls, and you're quite intimidating, Tracy.
So many jokes I could make in this moment, and I'm gonna hold my tongue because sometimes I gotta be classier than a 7-mile run on a hot day.
I agree. Those are quite elegant paved running ways. So this is my yearbook. Here's a photo. It's all in black and white. And I realized that the camera that people are using is called the camera of lifeless awakening. The camera of lifeless awakening.
It's like I've had way too much tea to deal with more nonsense out of this town today. Like, please tell me that you are not the one that brought this to town again.
I swear it wasn't me.
Okay,
But
all right. I will
somehow
believe you.
it's fell in the hands of Juniper. I don't know where she picked it up. Probably in the graveyard. Probably in somebody's grave.
Did I hear somebody talking about me?
Oh yeah, always.
Well. Look who we have here. Miss Pockmark Polaroid herself.
I mean, I'd be mad about the situation if I just didn't like Juniper's tea so much.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to capture fun pictures for the town. I thought this old camera would do it really good. Good job. Here, D'Anthony.
It
stay
wasn't
still.
just the yearbook I
Still.
brought. I brought everybody else's
Gotcha,
picture.
D'Anthony.
Well,
Miss Champagne, I really gotta pee. You gotta get me out of here.
I just want more home network and renovated shows.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't think you know, French people had that much interest in renovation.
I mean, we can't really tear things down and make new, so we have to renovate everything. And so on the outside, it looks old, but on the inside, it's very nice.
Huh.
Some
Well, that's
cultural
interesting.
heritage nonsense or something that they.
Well, what do you think about that, Facoon?
I'd like to watch Disney Junior.
Disney Junior again. I'm going back to sleep. Good night.
Nice.
Who's yelling?
You have not seen yelling yet.
Ah. Did Francis say, not Francis, what's his name? Larry, did he say he had to pee? I told him I was bringing him a bucket, but at 12:20 in the morning?
I mean, like, just turn back on the home network, not home shopping, home network.
My electrical bill is out the wazoo.
Have I ever cared about you?
Faye, stop being such a jerk.
Will they ever stop being such a jerk? Will the citizens of Undisclosed be trapped in black and white photos forever, ever? Tune in next week to find out when you'll hear Larry Atkins say,
Well, Jello, who would have thought that would have been the solution?
and you'll hear Facoon exclaim,
Good God, man.
all this and nothing more on the next Monster of the Week. Away.
No.
Yay! Let's have all of our cast come back out, show some love in the chat for this cast, and come back first Tuesday of every month to find out what happens next. Will they or get out? There's only one way to find out. You got to show up next month to see. Time zones are flipping around, so make sure you follow Queen City Comedy and so you can see when the next show is. And we'll say goodbye and thank you, everybody. If you haven't voted, go vote. Go
Bye,
vote.
everyone.
Bye. Go vote. Only if you haven't voted.
Watch out for them cameras.